Welcome back to Honor Hero. And well, just wanted to let you know what maybe didn't work for me. I want you guys to try it. If you're trying to connect with your dad and it doesn't work when you're younger, try when you're older, when you're living on your own or in a relationship. There's I've tried it already. It didn't go in my favor, but I want uh, I want you guys to try. Just because stuff doesn't work for me doesn't mean it's not going to work for you guys. Okay, stuff that I tried, I was like, hey, what type of drinks did you like? I was old enough to talk about it, and it's like, what kind of condoms did you use? Talk about just adult stuff. You know, hey, how was mom? You know, before kids, and then I like try to let them know that like I can compare the difference between how women act, before kids and their attitudes and the way that they are and the way they are with sex and stuff like that, versus how they act with after having a baby or two kids. Like I could see the difference. But I don't. I mean, I could just see the difference just by seeing it, but not by having my own kids. You know what I mean? With the first thing, you know, it came to a point where I just wanted good answers, and I wanted to see what he said. I'm like, hey, you know, what was mom like before you guys lived together? Then, what was mom like after you guys lived together? What was mom? Did you guys ever have a house? I'm just trying to, it's like, I was like, yeah, what made you think, I know you wanted 10 kids. I know my mom said no. Was there any other reason for, cheating or being with another chick? Stuff like that, because I think that stuff was just helpful to my life and probably to you guys too, but you won't know it. You won't know it until you're years down the road, stuff like that. And I think that you should ask your dad. I mean, you might be more successful than me. I was not that successful, but lately been feeling real down. Car wreck, relationship ain't going well, all type of stuff is happening, and like feel like I'm losing myself because of the car wreck. Then there's just this bond that I want to have, like with my dad so bad, to just ask him stuff. Like, hey, did you go through this? Did you go through, car wreck with another person, with mom, or with another lady? Like, sometimes I want to ask him, like, hey, what did you do to get another lady interested in you during the time you was with my mom? What did you say to her? Like, what was the reason? When and as an adult, I can understand. Like, right now, I can really, really understand. But when I say as an adult, I'm talking like now, like 31 years of age type now. And even then, I was like 27, and but I wasn't like going through, chiropractor over and over, back pain, and like dealing with a car wreck issue, finger being numb. I don't know what's up with that. That just happened today because I was doing some yard work and I was pulling rope to cut trees. Ended up having a numb finger afterwards. Um, or at least that's when I noticed it. Anyway, um, it's just like when I was younger and I basically had two lives or three. One, I lived with my mom and a stepdad. Another time, I lived with my actual dad and a stepmom. But another time, I lived with my aunts. And it was just a bunch of women. Like everybody was a woman. And they always tell me, they always tell me, about you're romantic and all this other stuff and being a gentleman and things. But I was only getting the women's side, okay, which is hurtful because I'm not a woman, I'm a guy. So I needed like the guy stuff, for my dad to tell me the stuff, not to do, like how they got rules for certain things, like when you're dating, you don't call women more than once a week. You go out with your friends on weekends. You are family members for weekends. You only see the lady on weekdays. Stuff that keeps a chick interested, that type of stuff. Like I was messing up all over the place. I was just thinking that everybody was just being normal. Everybody was being themselves. No one was out here faking, but a crap ton of people was out here faking, like doing weird stuff like that and these weird rules and because you're a boyfriend, you can only do a certain amount of things. A husband does a certain amount of things. A fiance does a certain amount of things. Like I'm hearing about all this stuff that I've never heard of before, not on TV, no, never, not even my own mom or even the women of the family talk to me about that stuff. But a lot of stuff that I would like to, get from my dad now is like car repair. I'm thankful for him showing me how to fish. Thankful for him, um, yeah, showing me how to like freaking turn an attic full of nothing but beams into an actual room, fill it with um, a whole bunch of like pulp, pulp recycled paper, and then putting floors on it and stuff, and putting in insulation. And I mean, I'm thankful for all that. It's still a good experience. I'll change a tire, and I've had to use that. I had to change a tire, but it's like I was younger then. He had custody of me then for that particular amount of time. And let me tell you something, okay? When divorce isn't a good thing, not for your kids. Splitting up isn't good for your kids. I mean, actually, it's good for your kids if they're arguing all the time. But I'm gonna explain it in a different way. Like, if you split, okay, and your kids have to go with one parent or another parent, okay, one of those parents are going to be missed no matter what. If you have a boy, he's going to miss his dad. But if he's also going to miss his mom, but he's going to miss his dad. He's going to want his dad around. If you miss, if you have girls, she's going to want her mom probably more than she's going to want her dad. It's just because you identify with your gender of who you are. Like sometimes you might copy your dad, you might copy your mom, like you might see your dad doing stuff like this, and he's looking at TV, and you look at your dad, and then you're not doing that, and then you go like this too, and you look at your dad like because you just want to bond mentally without saying a word, like that special thing. But right now I wish I could ask him a bunch of stuff. The main thing is when you left one chick, what was that like, and how long was the healing process, and what was the reason? Okay, he's had several different ones. It's kind of like, well, how'd you do it? I'm a guy. I might need that trick. And what if I'm hurting all the time? What if I want to lose his interest in me? Okay, and I need to change, and I need to stay healthy. I'm not healthy right now. Like I got this whole got built up. I've got no interest. I'm not doing regular stuff. I'm not playing my video games like I would. I'm not like, I just feel like like it's just sitting there and trying to think about my life and trying to figure out, can I be successful at a desk job now? Or try to think about, am I really going to have back surgery? Or try to think about, am I going to have to give up an active lifestyle? Active, I'm talking working out an hour and 30 minutes, feeling great, man, feeling strong, helps me to feel confident. Okay, this car wreck thing f's me up pretty bad because I had gymnastic rings I was working on. I was in the middle working on that. I'm still in the freaking beginning stages. Okay? It's the car wreck happened on the 3rd. It's now the 20th of April. It happened on April 3rd. Now it's the 20th already. Okay? Missing work, having embarrassing moments, having to ask my mom at the age of 31 for some freaking money to handle stuff like my car, registration. Mom can only do so much. She's disabled. Okay? Family can only do so much. Okay? Can't apply for unemployment because I'm not fired, technically. Fired. I'm not fired. Okay? It's just dang. You know, I like my mom, love my mom for her lovingness, her caringness. And even though she be just knowing stuff, like health-wise, mom's a boss. She knows stuff about my lady's situation with her dad, her, me, like, and then she'd be freaking me out when she started telling me the future and stuff like that. Like, this can happen in the future. You might have this, might have that. And look, I'm happy she told me that stuff when I was younger because I went on a straight up, I'm not doing what other people done mission. Like, I'm not doing what it takes to get that diabetes. I'm not doing what it takes to get that high cholesterol. I'm not doing what it takes to get to get high blood pressure. I'm avoiding. So look, man, I'm trying to do everything to be as healthy as possible and not do any of the stuff that caused my family, my mom, those issues. Okay? Because I want to be amazing. I like to work out. I like to be on rings. I like to do that stuff and flip and turn on bars and all the cool stuff that makes kids smile, that makes kids feel like, stuff I never got to see that was awesome like that. And I get to be that person to show them what's awesome. Okay? Even my little sister's baby and everything like that. Cousin, little cousin. It's nice to have ability to shine. That's just who I am. But like, I'm suffering. Like I don't know how to explain the stress of the aftermath of a car wreck. Okay? And it's not like my body was boom, 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 like a ping pong in there. I had my seatbelt on, and I was responsible. I was hit from the back. I stopped on time. Person behind me had plenty of time. I wasn't even worried about getting hit because there was so much space between me and the person behind me. I didn't even worry about getting hit. Even though I had a sudden stop, that person behind me didn't have to sudden stop. Because I checked my mirror. I was like, oh shoot, am I about to get hit? I wasn't. But then I stayed stopped for about 3 seconds, no, about 5-something seconds. Boom, I got hit as if the dude behind me didn't have a good reaction time. And I looked, till I heard skirt. And I looked, dude's on his phone, texting. Hit me. With another person in the car. Okay? The impact of the damage that had the bent frame was on my side. Couldn't see nothing, couldn't hear anything. I felt like a part of my brain was asleep. All back in my head on fire, felt like. On fire. Everybody was wanting my attention so fast. Dude wanted me to go park somewhere. I needed at least 2 minutes of silence so that I can see. Couldn't see, blurred vision, couldn't hear nothing. It was just man, but the back of my head hit the back of that chair, so bad, like I didn't even go like this. It was just boom. Man, it's like you're waking up. It's like you're waking up after in 4 hours of sleep or something. It's like that. But yeah, some of the stuff I wish I could ask him, just talk to him nice, sober. Would my dad talk to me like sober, without smoking or drinking or being under any influence of anything? That'd be nice too. But mainly, I just want to know you know, what did you like? Did anybody like decide not to put out no more? How did they lose interest? Like, what did you do to make them regain interest? And what did you do to make a new woman gain interest? And what did you do? What happened that made them lose interest? Like, the very important stuff about being a guy and getting chicks is like the basics, the basics. Like, I need the basics here. Okay? Because car wreck plus having to suffer sexually is not helping me. Like, I need. Look, I don't know why chicks say it. Chicks can say it all the time. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. If you have a son, he needs a man. He needs his dad. He just does. Please do not have babies with deadbeats and losers anymore, because you might end up having a freaking son that's going to need his dad. You're going to understand. Okay? Like, the reason, back with the thing I was talking about with the whole divorce thing and the whole thing with, one custody over here, parent has it, mother has it, and another custody over here, dad has custody. Switching back and forth like this it's just not good. One parent you might love a whole lot. The other person, you didn't spend that much time with them, so you don't know how much you love them, but you know you miss them. In my case, I still got issues from that. I have a specific picture I look at when I see on my phone. It's my mom, and she has a professional picture. And I remember that picture. My mom looks great. She looks so pretty and so happy. And I always look at her, I'm like, Mommy, that's Mommy, But when I look at that picture or other pictures of my mom, I don't feel like it's a current time. I have like a time distortion when I look at my mom's pictures. Okay, because of the custody battles, being jerked like that, and being really loved here, and then not so much loved here. Really loved my mom, but not in a really loving environment, but also not loving environment when my mom's away. But then a half, like, conditioned loving environment with dad. And then when dad's away, a not loving environment over here too. So then what's also bad for your kids is when one parent's putting another parent down. Well, your dad's like this. When you're with your mom and your mom has custody of you, well, your dad's doing this. It's not good. It's not good when your dad has custody of you, where your mom's doing this. That's not good, because those are your first heroes. Your first heroes you're ever going to have is your mom and dad. Facts. That's it. They're your first people you look up to, the first people you copy to look after. The first people you say words like, you try to say them the exact way they say them. Say hi. You say hi. Say hi, Dad, or say hi, Mom. Say hi. You try to say it the exact way that they're saying it when they're teaching you when they're growing up, the exact way. And then you start finding out later on, who you look the most like, who you act the most like. I mean, I had a freaking, like, I'm just telling y'all, like, y'all try. I mean, for instance, my dad was so big on history. Like, during his time, I was like going to church, stuff like that, when he had custody of me. And he was really big on history. Well, at the age of 27, I discovered a lot about Christianity and the Bible and stuff, and I ended up leaving. And I thought that's what my dad was trying to show me the whole time, the stuff about Egypt and our Black history. He was real big about Black history. Like, every February, I had to do 3 book reports on Black people, their success. And I'm glad I did that. But the only issue is that it was leading me to a certain point in life where I was able to accept Black history and their achievements as being true and stuff. So when it came to me finding out that the Bible was like taken from Egypt and Black people had success already, who was already a master's in business, master's in trade and all this stuff, and then the Greeks came in and they did what they did with the freaking Septuagint and all this other stuff, I end up Then I start hearing that black people's cursed, you know, the Bible and stuff like that. How all these other freaking people of races are God chosen people, but black people's not God chosen people because we curse ugly and black. And when they say God don't like ugly, he really talking about us, and all this stuff. And I thought that the goal of learning about black history that my dad was trying to teach me was so that when I get out, I could come back and tell him what I learned about black history, and then we can have this better connection than ever before. Well, I tried telling him, but then he was like, no. Ended up, long story short, if I would have studied the Bible correctly and all this other stuff correctly and did my research correctly, then Jesus would be real. And then it became that. And I was really shocked because I was like, dang, no, I really thought there was like this awesome hidden purpose behind, it's like I learned about black people like that. Like, man, you know, we really not these people. We really not, I tried it. Y'all try. Go ahead and give it a shot. But yeah, man, like it was. I would like to see, like, hey, Dad, what type of girl you like? You like big booty or you like big boobies? What I mean? What you like? Like I know Mom looked like that, but I don't get to see Mom the way Dad got to see Mom. Mom might be looking different when my dad saw Mom. You know what I'm saying? So like, what's Mom like? Was she popping? What was Mom like? Just conversations I don't get to have. But I want all y'all sons out there to freaking try, man. Try it. Just because it didn't work for me doesn't mean it's not going to work for y'all. It's not. Preferably, I want you to try it when they're not smoking anything and they're not drinking any alcoholic beverages, so you get them sober. And you get their sober, real mind, truth, or half truth, or whatever they want to tell you, opinion, about what they really thought and how they got chicks. And, I would love to know, like, my dad's smooth talking, like, Dad, man, what you say, man? Like, when you got that chick, what you say when you got that chick? What about that chick? What'd you say? Man, that would be dope. What a freaking bonding moment that would be? That'd be freaking amazing to have, father and son. Talking about chicks, talking about freaking first time and their experiences. Man, stuff you wish you had that you can't have, because Jesus want to come in and say in the Bible, oh, I came to set variance against father against son and mother against daughter and brother against sister in the black family. When I told him that didn't work either. Like, man, I learned, I read it for myself. I thought it would be an enlightening moment. You know how in movies they got like a son and the father has this note, and then he has like this small riddle that goes throughout the movie for his son to figure out. And when his son figures it out, it's like, oh wow, man, my dad was smart, But I'll tell you one thing. My dad sent me some pictures of his car that he used to drive, him in wrestling, how he used to look when he was jacked. He looked buff and everything. And I was proud because I like health. I would like, I like seeing my dad be buff, look like a hero, like a comic, like a freaking comic magazine hero. You know what I mean? And I like seeing that. That's a strong dad. My dad's not a big, he ain't sloppy looking. He put together, man. It inspires me to let me know what my genetic potential can be as a guy. That's good stuff. I was in wrestling. I took up wrestling too. And I took it up because I heard it from my freaking dad. I thought I took wrestling up, something that interests him, just like the bond we have with fishing. Maybe he might come to some of my wrestling meets. I think he came to one. You try so much, but it don't work. And right now, this depression shit's killing me. It just is. Sadness everywhere. I can't talk right. I can't do anything right. It's like nothing's, just stuff just ain't working. worried about money, bills piling up. I need my silver lining is what I freaking need. I need it. But you know, I'm a little nervous. Got an MRI coming up. A little nervous to see my brain scan. Throughout school, I kind of figured I might have had maybe a learning disability, maybe. And I always wanted to get my brain scanned because it seemed like I just couldn't grasp math properly. I just couldn't grasp pre-algebra or any other type of algebra at all. So, and then when it comes to like jobs, they'd be like, I may do great work, and I may have certain things I can do fast, but jobs be wanting me to be super fast all the time, and I can't be this super fast person. Like at McDonald's, they wanted me to be extra fast. But being extra fast comes at the cost and the price of making sloppy work. And I don't like to provide sloppy work. Reason being, I'm already innately, actually probably not innately, probably trained to be, but a clean, organized person already. Trained by my mom. I used to throw my toys around, try to hide my toys under the bed, closet. All my toys disappeared one time, gone for the whole year. Mom had big boxes during Christmas, gave us all our toys back during Christmas, and I never was dirty again. I was not messy again. When I lived with my dad had custody of me. Anytime you got grounded or anytime you just have regular chores, you would have to clean the kitchen, dishes, chairs, mop, sweep, mop. That's cleaning the kitchen and the stove. And every now and then the refrigerator. But like, dang, that's how I got to learn how to be clean. But it's like, well, why can't I, what's up with the learning thing? Well, I mean, that's why I can't. But I mean, like, that's why I can't be like a sloppy fast. I hate sending out sloppy food. I tried it one time. I made this burger so fast, but it was sloppy. And then guess what? The manager actually was going to take that burger and give it to the customer. I'm not joking. I told her to give me that burger back. It's too sloppy. It's true. Anyway, it's not going to go over a 30-minute long video, but if you guys can succeed in having good bonding moments with your dad, talking about adult stuff when you're adults, I think y'all have the best chance. Talk about, the stuff you talk about guys, man. Talk about chicks. Talk about what was your first drink, what's your taste in women. How did it go without kids when they didn't have kids? What were they like when they did have kids? What was it like in the apartment? What was it like in the house? What was marriage really like? Was you the one who wanted to get married? Who made you get married? Stuff like that. Just life answers that will be great for you as a guy when you're older. And I really wish y'all the best. So try that out, and I hope you succeed. Because no matter, I feel like without those important conversations when we're older, we kind of like seek elsewhere for like being a guy and a man or whatever. But it's kind of like you really want that personal, down to earth experience from your own dad. My dad got chicks, more than just one than just my mom. So he has some game somehow. Like, if it's not the same reasons that I'm thinking or that I feel or that's bothering me, okay. Now I was always told, keep in your pants, all this other stuff. But What you never are told about is a sex drive. Never. Never told that once you don't keep it in your pants, once you don't, you're going to have something called a sex drive. For women, it's the equivalent of what it's like for a guy to a chick is like when a chick is pregnant and she continuously makes milk all the time and she has to release it. Okay. Well, here's the problem that I realize. For a guy, it's the same thing. It builds up over time, then you have to release it. But it requires, in order for it to calm down like it should, it requires female DNA absorption. Seriously. That's what it requires. Because that's where the sex drive comes from. You know how when you're little and you have those special times where you have alone time to yourself and you do those things? Well, it doesn't work the same anymore. Like when I was a virgin, it was easy. I didn't need anything. I didn't have a sex drive. I didn't want to do anything to myself. I could do that for months. I just didn't have to. And I wasn't interested in sex at that time. In high school, I just wasn't interested. It just wasn't safe. But now, it's just not the same now. I need female DNA. I need it. Toys ain't cutting it. Hand won't cut it. Female DNA is what I need. That will calm it down. That will reset my chemical imbalance to what it needs to be. Because what you're going to do is you're going to do what I do. You're going to end up not using anything because it's not working. You're going to need a female. It's just, it's just like the conversation that you should be having with your dad. If you could just be on good terms enough to talk about the stuff you need. Anyway, I really hope you guys work out with y'all dad. And if not, it won't be the same. But try talking to another, male figure, or listen to a male podcast or something. Find somebody to admire, I guess. But it's going to be hard to do that and follow in their footsteps instead, because you're losing your validation for why you do things the way you do things, because you're not getting the information from the DNA that made up you. And that is just the truth. And I'm sorry about all that. But, it'd be great to see, like, what are the warning signs when a woman loses interest? What are the warnings, like, what are the warning signs, man? Like, what do you do? Do you rekindle flame? Do you let them be themselves? What do you do to help yourself stay healthy, in those areas and stuff like that? What do you do, But, all right, guys. Thanks for watching. It's late. It's crap. It's like 12:39 in the morning, but thanks for watching. Goodbye. Make that conversation with your dad and try to keep a bond with him. That's all I can say.